Now I want to show you the ease with which the wallpaper will come down if you have very durable wallpaper, meaning thick vinyl, which is what I'm dealing with right now. You see this material? It's almost like a canvas. Look on the back. This is almost like a commercial grade vinyl, but I'm in a residence, but look how easy it's coming down. So the point of this is to tell you that when we're talking about removal of wallpaper, we generally find that it's difficult to remove residential wallpaper. Commercial wallpaper, even if it's applied over walls that were ill-prepared, will come down really easily and quickly, except for the fact that you're going to take the wall underneath it with you, meaning the skin of the wall, the paper on the sheetrock. All people have to do is prepare the walls properly. Let me show you what I'm talking about with this commercial wallpaper inside of a residence. Friends, thank you for watching my channel. I just want to remind you, if you need wallpaper, go to www.wallpaperboulevard.com. Tell them Spencer sent you. In fact, if you use my hashtag, Spencer Colgan is wallpaper, they'll be sure to give you 10% off at your checkout, no matter how much you order. So it's coming off of a mildly textured wall. And all I'm going to do is pull it just slightly. Not that hard, not too much force.
There's a hook there.
And you can see how easily it comes down because of how well constituted the material is. This stuff is durable. Okay. Now, if this were thin paper, we might have strips of paper coming off of the wall simply because the material would be thin and it tears apart. But even in that case, you tear it properly so that you can get big pieces off instead of small. Now, if you want to hang wallpaper over this surface that was well prepared, you have to do something before you do that. We're hanging a wall covering that has a white. It's an off-white, but it's a white. How do you think that would fare over red? Not too good, right? So you'd want to take that into consideration. You'd want to paint this white. And I would suggest simply a white primer. Now you could do Zinsser 123, make it nice and white, come back the next day. Don't try to hang wallpaper over Zinsser 123 the same day. You come back the next day, you take care of business. Or you can oil base coat this. What you're seeing here is the residue of the wallpaper paste. You see that little roughness? So you can take care of this today by using alcohol, primer, oil primer, or guards, which is neither, but it would arrest the effects of the paste and give you a means to cover this surface so that you can make it white, because ultimately you would want to make this white. Guards dries clear. So if you want to kill two birds with one stone, I would go with an alcohol white primer like Bin, B-I-N, or another shellac, which is white, or I would use Kills Original, which dries quite quickly and is half the price of your oil base, or your shellac, I mean. Okay, we're protecting all of the natural wood, 2-inch blue painter's tape, because we're going to put both oil and shellac on this surface. Why both? Well, because I have a half a gallon of each on hand, and I'm going to use it. And I want to make the walls white, so combined with what I have on my truck, I have plenty. In fact, I have enough of shellac and enough of oil to do the whole thing. in either shellac completely or oil completely. But I'm going to use both to show you how both of them react on this surface. So we're going to use a shellac and we'll use an oil. Each one can do the job. I will try to point out the pros and cons of each. We're going over paste. We don't want to activate it with a water-based primer. You could use guards, G-A-R-D-Z. That won't activate it. It seals it nicely. But I'm going to be skim coating over it, and so these dry real quick. I changed my mind. This shellac is in here. And this oil-based will be going into here. Yes, I just combined the two. I don't normally do that, but that's what I did for this job.
So even if we didn't use both alcohol and oil, I would still need to use perhaps at least two of them. Although after skim coating, you can use oil or alcohol primer before hanging the new wallpaper. What's best to use is a solution that most people know as guards, because we now need to make the skim coat sealed. You can't hang wallpaper over raw plaster, and so we need a sealer, which is not a primer, although people call it a primer. We need a sealer to penetrate the raw plaster so that our wallpaper can bond to it. Secondly, when the sealer penetrates the skim coat, it prevents the wall from coming down when the customer should remove the wallpaper. It's a very important step.
This wall has a combination of alcohol, primer, and oil, as you see those two cans there. But lo and behold, I ran out for this wall. This wall was primed with my equivalent of guards. Guards, G-A-R-D-Z, made from Zinsser. And you know my secret solution is 3 parts water and 1 part weld bond. As you can see, there's no lift off. This compound is going directly over paste that has been sealed with weld bond and water, the equivalent of guards. Now, I'm not trying to be a wise guy, But if you want to spend $50 a gallon on guards, I wouldn't do that. And a lot of places just don't carry it. But you can get Weld Bond and keep it on your truck and mix it with water when necessary. And that's what I'm doing here. All right, going to my go-to primer. Ran out of my oil and my alcohol. And this is the one I use anyway. This is my version of Guards, G-A-R-D-Z. I mix 3 parts water to 1 part Weld Bond, and I come up with a solution that will permit you to hang wallpaper over pasted surfaces. It'll also allow me to do SkimCoat over this.